Hey, I'm really glad that you're here. I figured I'd take yet another walk right through this beautiful, beautiful game. And hopefully this time, it's not just gonna be icy caps as far as the eye can see. Maybe this time we'll see some lush forests or maybe a nice desert plain or something like that. Before we do, I would want to appreciate the night sky and ideally hope that you're feeling nice and comfortable. I'd hope this video can help you try to unwind, try to relax, and hopefully get some well-deserved sleep. Doesn't that just sound lovely? And just look at those lovely stars out there and the way the moonlight plays with all the leaves dropping down. Gosh, it really is a sight to behold. But anyway, let's try and start our journey, shall we? I know we came from that direction with the moon, and this time I'm going to be a bit more aware of where we've been, or at least I'll be trying to. Hopefully the moon can serve as a halfway decent anchor for us. But I'm still a bit confused on the kind of biome we're in. Let's jump in the water real fast, why don't we? There we go. Nice and easy. This almost feels like a forest, but there's so much water that it almost feels like it should be more marshy, if I'm saying that right. But not quite a swamp, but something in between, I suppose, a forest and a swamp. Because I certainly am not seeing too much greenery on the ground here. It looks like just potent, fertile soil. Although this seems to be fully changing. Now it's a full-on forest. Look at that. Well, here we are. No more snowy ice caps. No more of these. Well, maybe a little bit of just raw ground with no grass. And I could hear a bat, and we did just see that little cave system, didn't we? Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go exploring. I hope you don't mind. But this time, I will be placing something to mark our path. I've learned my lesson from the last time, rest assured. If I ever take a turn that isn't very, very obvious, I'll try and lay something down. Hey, a cute little friend with us. A small path up there, but let's make our way down this way. Let's just plant this down just so we know. Just in case. Our Batman really wants our attention, huh? I'm curious, what would we find down this way? Oh gosh, that's a steep drop. Maybe we shouldn't. I know I'm so tempted to, but we could so easily end up in all manner of dead ends. And I would like to say that I've learned my lesson. Will resist my temptations to explore, at least to explore haphazardly. And we shall return. We shall return from whence we came. Or, well, maybe a little delve wouldn't hurt, you know. It is like straight down a gentle path. Well, mostly gentle, it seems. Let's just place this down right here. We found one dead end. And that was pretty quick now, wasn't it? I do feel like I'm moving just a little. Well, not just a little, much too fast. I have to admit, I'm feeling a bit fidgety, a bit antsy, trying to progress forward. But I have learned my lesson. I will resist. We shall make our way out of here. Or actually, even simpler. Look at that. Absolute gamer moment. Placing little blocks and climbing right on board. There we go. It is quite nice that we have such a straightforward path just laid out for us, huh? No, I shouldn't be going down. Let's make our way back up. I'm sure we can find that other torch we left further on. Shouldn't be terribly hard. I would hope. Am I lost again? Come on now. Okay, certainly. I don't believe I came down this way. Now. Must be up here, right? Let's have a look. Doesn't look quite right. Maybe up on this side. Let's have a look. I gotta say, as much as I do like the way things look when you have a torch, that warm light, it is still quite nice just being in a very dark cave like this. There's still just enough light to really appreciate how cozy it all feels. Despite being a cave, it almost feels safe, like I could grab a sleeping bag and unroll it and just lay down right here. I gotta say, I wish I'd placed more torches more frequently, because we are definitely lost. Terrible mistake. When, oh when will I learn my lesson? That's okay. We have our little bad friend here to keep us company now, don't we? No reason to get worried or stressed at all. So we know it's not that way. I believe we covered this just now. Or well, up there just now. Maybe we have to go further back. Oh, or maybe... No, I don't think it's this way, right? We covered this. Let's carry on this way. And let's see what we see. Oh, maybe... I don't think I made such long falls though, did I? Well, let's... Oh. Okay. Well, that was a mistake. I'm sure it's a good thing we can just bypass everything, just as simple as that. Oh, there is a path that goes quite high up. Oh. Let's make a little path for ourselves right here. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, a bit more height and we should be more or less sorted with this. How much more do we have to cover? Okay, it's not too much more. I do have to apologize. I imagine the lighting is a bit jarring, isn't it? Me just turning it on and off like that. I'll try to minimize that. I do wish there was a softer, gentler way to get it done, though. It seems a bit too snappy, you know? Oh, we have a torch up here. Look at that. Okay, see, it's actually paying off now. Look at that. Golly. And now it should be, I think, a fairly linear path. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. We're almost home free. Now, who said I was lost all over again? Look at me. They call me the Wayfinder, so I always find my way home. Just as easy as that. Now let's think. The moon was that way, and we wanted, oh, somewhat to our back. Gosh, it's so embarrassing that I was bragging so much, and now I just fall right down a pit. Simply because I refuse to watch my step. Let's just cover this. There we go. I feel so much better already. I really like the sound of the footsteps, as always. So crisp and comforting. I knew I heard something. Hey, hey, little guy. Oh gosh, that moon is bright. Wow. Sorry again if I had flashbanged someone with that. Well, let's make our way forward. I'm sure we can find more ground to cover. Oh, is this just a random... Yeah, it seems like just a random little formation. I almost wondered for a second if it was like those half-broken portals that we came across before. But no, it does not appear to be. It looks like we're right on the edge of this area. Let's just try to walk along its coast, maybe. Oh well, along the hills nearest to the coast. I do dearly hope it's attached to a much larger bit of land. Does not appear so, at least for now. Now let's see. What else can we find out here? You can hear it too, can't you? Every little step, every little crunch. It's so satisfying just having those textures going off so frequently. I could see myself just dozing off on the couch listening to this. Oh, and we have some sand. Even better. In fact, I'm feeling a little spicy. Let's add in some destroyed leaves to the mix. What now? You can't tell me that isn't extremely satisfying. You know, I really wish I'd played this game a whole lot more way back when it initially came out. There is so much to appreciate about this game. And I'm just playing it in the peaceful mode. I can't imagine how much more there would be if I played it, with the intended experience, as it were. Oh, is that... Oh, is that seaweed? It is. Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, I think it's seaweed or something similar. But in any case, it does seem as though we're just on a very small bit of land. Maybe I should just pick a direction and swim, because it does look like we're circling right back to the moon, aren't we? Actually, if you give me a moment, maybe I can get a boat for us, and I've never tried this, so it'll be a whole experience. Let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, so apparently I have a boat now, and let's see how this goes. Guess I just jump into it? No. No, do I not? Oh, I just interact, of course. Oh gosh, this is fast. My god. Do I have a motor on this thing? I just have very, very powerful arms. Look at me go. Whoa. Sorry, it's a bit dicey to control. Gosh, what is going on? Why is it so aggressive with its turning? Well, in any case, this was such a good move. Imagine swimming through all of this just to reach the next continent. But on the upside, we do get to admire the night sky yet again. Oh, but not for long. I'm surprised you reached here so quickly now. Oh, I'm terribly sorry again. This thing is very strange and awkward to control. God, okay, I'm gonna get seasick at this rate. What on earth is this? There we go. We got mushrooms and I'm not even sure what this is. Are they trying to show me that, like, algae is taking over? Like, even the ground is covered in, I don't know, some sort of fungi? This is a bit odd. But the trees are mushrooms now, which is a little strange, but I'm sure we can roll with that. Let's see now. What else can we see out here? Or is this another tiny landmass? Well, that's okay. I wonder what it sounds like, though, to break into these. Oh, they break very quickly, don't they? Oh, I guess that does make sense, given that they're quite literally mushrooms. They just break apart so easily, don't they? So now I don't. I'm being quite silly. I left our boat further back. Oh, hey. Is that a cow? But hey. Oh, that's so strange. A cow, but he's made out of the fungus? I do hope this wasn't meant to take a very dark turn, like they're all been taken over. You know, I'd hope they can still function as they do. Simply taking on those little mushrooms as little friends to have with them. Did I hear a bat? Is it gonna have a mushroom on its head too? Where is it? Maybe it's like just below the surface, past a few blocks, but we have another mission that takes precedence, doesn't it? We gotta make our way and try to find that boat of ours. Is it? Oh, here it is. Let's just jump right in. Try to get around this. Oh, I'm so sorry again. This is so bizarrely tricky to control. I feel like one slight maneuver and it goes flying in that direction. But anyway, at least we're on a course to new horizons and all that. There is a certain sense of adventure that's overtaking me right now. Not too much, of course, just a little bit. I feel like we're gonna find new lands, new things to explore. I would have liked new mysteries to unravel, but for now, I am more than content with simply nice, comforting sights to appreciate. Oh, I see something. Let's see. The turning is so violent. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just try to. Ooh. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna stop here. It seems like a very small landmass. Oh, never mind. I might be eating my words so quickly. There is so much here. Let's try to try to park our boat around here. There we go. And this time, can I not take it with me? Oh, I can. Okay, I heard the little pop sound. Oh, look at that! Rolling green hills. Just after this little bit of sand in our way. Hey guys. I do wish I could pet them or something. Oh, but this is so nice. Moo indeed, my friend. Moo indeed. This is just lovely, isn't it? Where is the moon anyway? Not even sure where to align myself. Or how to align myself, rather, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Oh, that's a deep run, isn't it? Maybe I should. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I have entire hills to explore. I'm not gonna let myself get lost all over again. Maybe we'll come back for a different time. Oh, look at that. I do like the sprinkling of flowers here and there, but I do wish there were a whole field just waiting for us. How beautiful would that look, you know? Oh, it looks like. Yeah, it would have been fun going down. It could have just popped out the other end just like that. I don't know what flowers these are meant to be. Violets? Can't be lavender, even though the color looks like it should be. You know, as much as I do like flowers, I just always get very in my head and wary that where there are flowers, there might be bees, and I am not the biggest fan of those. Now, granted, they're probably entirely harmless and don't want to bother with you at all, but it's still, it still sort of scares me to some extent. I can't deny that. This is quite nice, isn't it? Nice scenic view to behold. A little dip in the water. We'll make our way past. I presume these are pumpkins. Yeah, they very much look like pumpkins. Oh, how cool would it be if we could carve into them? Make little jack-o'-lanterns. Even though it's nowhere close to being Halloween, I think it would just be a fun little thing, wouldn't it? I wonder if there will be an area that's just coated in flowers. Something like that up there, but even more, you know? Just want to admire a full field of them. Ideally, now that I'm picturing it in my mind, with a little windmill somewhere around. I feel like that would be very satisfying. Very picturesque, very Hallmark postcardy, like greetings from the Netherlands. Hey, we got a bunch of sheep here. They all seem so nice and fluffy. Be so nice just to give them a little head pat. And there's a little block just floating by itself. Wow. What else can we find further along? Yeah, just down this way would be nice. I do see some trees just over the hills and yonder. Not too far off at all. Let's see now. Where can we get up to? I do wonder if this would do better if I kept the sleepy tone and all that, but oh, well, that's a big contrast in the environment, isn't it? But sorry, as I was saying, if I could change it to have some faster edits, not in a way that would disrupt the peaceful aura of it all in these videos, but make it a bit more interesting. But then again, I suppose it's a village. I imagine it's a very fine line between interesting and engaging and disrupting, and I would not want to wake anybody up. Not when I'm trying to put them down to sleep, That this is a big village. Or at least it spans a wide area, doesn't it? They got little farms over here. Look at that. That's such a nice, little picturesque sort of place to be. Don't you just wish you could be here right now? Just dozing off, as peaceful as can be. And there's our friendly neighborhood watch golem. Hello, friend. Your eyes look so tired. I do wish I could take over the midnight watch for him. Maybe he would finally get some rest and get to unwind after his long day. Very cute that they have little cats around. I'm sorry, the villager noises. They're so adorable. I have to wonder how the person that recorded them felt. Trying to capture the emotion of that character. It must have been pretty funny. I think I may have placed a block of dirt in his home, but hopefully he won't mind too much. Oh, is this a full-on library? Well, you can't interact with these. I was halfway hoping I could just read something, just unwind for a bit. Wow. In any case, I have to remind myself that you can't jump these fences, which feels so odd, right? I feel like these should be trivial too, but you somehow can't. God, how is that lava just spewing out here and not completely roasting this entire area? Oh, that is nice though. Look at that. Oh, that is such a beautiful, beautiful sight. And our friend the cow is here too. Maybe they're just feeling a little too cold and would like a bit of warmth. Let's say I hear the winds or feel the breeze, but for all I know, it could be a very cold night out here. These flowers really just look like, what are they called? Bullseye eggs? Or just a sunny side up, I think. It's a bit silly seeing that, but I'm sure it is commonplace, like a very known flower. But we're back to icy caps. I'm quite surprised to be seeing that. Well, I am imagining in my mind that those would only be up north, assuming this game follows some cardinal directions. I'm sure it does. Oh, there's a different sound with these. Oh, that's so nice. That's such nice attention to detail. I really like that. But sorry, I keep getting distracted and losing my trail of thought. It just is a habit of mine, I suppose. But, yeah, I was expecting the snow to only be around the northern reaches, you know? But maybe that isn't quite necessarily the case in this game. Or maybe I really, really lost my sense of direction. And we are indeed going back towards the north. But even if we are, it's no big deal, right? We'll just calmly and peacefully explore everything we can. And we get to avoid a bit of the snow just for a little while, getting to feel the grass between our toes. It's interesting that I never hear any, at least I don't think I'm hearing any twigs snapping. No sound effects around that yet. Or at least not that I've noticed. Let's see now. There's even more up here. In fact, let's go for a little bit of a swim, shall we? And there's even more sheep and chicken. It's so cute just seeing them flap their little wings. There we go. Now we can very calmly, very easily make our way up. I do have to wonder if I'm just walking in one big circle right now. I think I might have. Well, let's just get to the top of this and we can reassess from there, can't we? Oh, curious. That's a different kind of tree, isn't it? Let's just try to make our way down as, as gently as we can. Can't say I'm doing a terribly good job of that just right now, but we made it. Gosh, these. Is it like very overgrown vines or something? Are they just. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought vines had to stabilize onto something. They wouldn't just dangle out like that and continue growing. But maybe they can. But look at these. Our friends, the fireflies. Back here one more time. It's so nice to just hear them buzzing around, isn't it? You know, I never noticed. They actually have a little trail behind them when they move. It's not the easiest to catch, but it is unmistakable once you look for it. Oh, that's such a nice detail. You ever wonder what it would be like, to be bioluminescent, just like them? At the very least, we get to admire them and just watch them do their thing. I can't bring myself to ever destroy these and take them away from their home. There's one that got very close there, didn't it? Hmm. Let's carry on. Tragically, I still can't think of what I would want to say or discuss in these videos. But I should try to keep some vague notion of a talking point or two. Something we can chew on and unravel together. But it does have to be light enough that you can just cozy back into bed, nice warm blanket over you, and just drift off to me rambling and meandering about. Let's see now. What more could we find? So strange that we just passed by a sheep in an area like this. Doesn't quite feel like the right environment, does it? But look at that. There's so many of them. And there's our friend the sheep. It's so silly seeing the way he swims right through the water. Oh, that's so cute. Hmm. It would feel silly, but I almost just want to just sit here and really, really soak this in. I feel like I can take a nice deep breath out here and decompress. And I swear it feels like these fireflies are doing just the same. But we have more exploring to do, don't we? I'm sure there's even more wonders waiting for us just around the corner. I do wonder if I'm going to find something that tops the fireflies. It's so. I had no idea that these existed in the game. Look at them, they're so cute. Hey, little guy. Oh, even the way they walk, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. That's so adorable. Hey. Oh, they seem a bit cross with each other, don't they? That's so adorable. I do wish I could get one of them to follow me on my adventures. How cute would that be, huh? I'm so sorry, but I can't get over this. Just the way they walk like that. Just slowly moving, one step at a time. Honestly, it's weirdly inspiring, isn't it? At least I feel it. Just a little reminder to take every day, one step at a time. Maybe there is some sagely wisdom to be obtained from these frogs. Well, frogs or toads, I suppose. I don't quite know which one they would be, but it will be one of those, surely. Should probably look up what the differences are. It's the same thing with mice and rats. I still don't know the differences. But for whatever reason, mice just sounds so much cuter in my mind. Oh, is that a fox? No way. I thought I had encountered foxes before, but well, maybe I did. This. What you got there, buddy? It's so cute. Hey. I did surely see them before, just with a different coat on them. Well, I'll leave them be. But yeah, as I was saying, I always thought mice just seemed like a cuter version of what I imagine rats are, right? Like rats are just bigger and a bit more foreboding to me. But mice, they're just cute little critters. They just want to say hello and carry on with their day. But I could be way off on that. Gosh, there's a lot happening up ahead. Is that It must be, right? It must be a pit of lava. Just burning the trees around. One that's floating in the air, no less. Wow. That's very unfortunate. But I'm sure in due time, the immediate area will be nice and cleared, and presumably it won't be spreading. Though I could be way, way off on that. It really is surreal seeing these animals in these areas. It doesn't quite feel like the most hospitable places for them, is it? We found some more berries. Wonder if this is quite literally the area we were in oh so long ago. But maybe I'm reading too much into a little patch of berry bushes. We just found another village, a little town for us to stop by. Oh, these look really cool. I don't think I've seen a building like that before, have I? Like it looks a bit bigger than the other ones. Oh, no, no. We certainly have seen these kinds before. I do remember now. I wonder if we'll find one of those towns that maybe in this game they would have a giant. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a turbine, but maybe it's called a water wheel, right? It's just a big turbine that spins as the water runs by it. Well, I'm not sure of which way I'd want to go, but I do want to check this house before I do. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry to bother you. I'll leave you be. Oh, okay. There we go. Now it's actually closed. Oh, defying gravity and physics there, but hey, little guy. It's still a nice shot, isn't it? Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Let's make our way down this path. Let's see what we see. Now, I do wonder if we'd ever find some sort of desert biome. I feel like we somehow have yet to find that. And so far, I feel like we found something like a jungle, something like a marsh, or a swamp, kind of. We definitely found a lot of snowy areas. And we might just have the desert left, at least as far as the obvious biomes that come to mind to me are. Wonder what else the game has. We did stumble upon the mushroom area, but I did not expect in the slightest to be a thing. But this is a very peculiar game, isn't it? Does feel safer just having these little fireflies joining us. Even seeing the moonlight poke right through them, or rather, having them cast a shadow from it. It's very comforting. Well, maybe it is time for us to make our way. Hmm. Oh, These aren't quite the snowy hills that I'm used to. Much more of a flat area, isn't it? Well, relatively, except for that giant part in the distance. Hmm. Oh, that must be a pit of lava. Well, we can safely and confidently vault right past it. Oh, I almost wish the mic would actually pick up on the little yawns that hit me every now and then. I don't know about you, but I really like hearing someone yawning if I'm ever sleepy. It just elicits that sympathetic reaction where you start yawning, and even though it wasn't, you know, it was inspired by someone else, it still makes you feel comfortable and relaxed and sleepy. At least it does for me. As I was saying before about toads and frogs and mice and rats, I realized there's a similar confusion I have with llamas and alpacas. I don't know too much about either of them, but in my mind, they're very similarly shaped, and that's 9/10 of where my confusion comes in. Imagine there's probably many, many differences that I'm just ignorant to, but I couldn't tell you a single one. You know, at this point, I'm wondering if I should just change my name or the series to being like a firefly chaser or something like that. I feel like I so often, so frequently have to find these little bushes with fireflies and take a moment, just soak them in to let the ambience play out. We do have much more to see, I'm sure. Much more ahead waiting for us. Now, maybe at some point I should do a video where I do the same thing as here, but we just talk about Dungeons and Dragons and other RPGs like Daggerheart or Nimble, or Shadow Dark. All my absolute favorite gems that I've come across. And of course, how could I forget Mage the Ascension? A bit more novel, but extremely fun and very intuitive with its mechanics. But anyway, I'm trailing off into over discussing a topic that might come up in the future. I should probably just hold off until that time comes. But now we can just behold and appreciate these rolling hills. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Now that's a beautiful sight. Sort of wish I could just teleport here, but in real life, imagine getting to walk right through this place. And hopefully even encountering a friendly bear. Hey, little guy. He does seem quite friendly, doesn't he? That's just, I don't know why, but my brain just sent a wave of nostalgia to me when I remembered the friendly bear. I think his name was Yogi Bear from way back. I never quite got to see it properly. It was a good bit before my time, but it seemed very cozy, you know. Just a mischievous, slick, and quick talking bear trying to hustle his way into getting a picnic basket. And that friendly bear back there just brought back all of that to mind. But anyway, what else can we find? The environment does feel a bit samey, doesn't it? Like there isn't too much going on just yet. Hmm. Now I do wonder, what could I find in these caves here? It almost feels wrong to call them caves because of how they're carved into the mountain, but those are still counted as caves, right? I don't believe a cave has to be underground below sea level or anything. Because technically, even if you're carved into a mountain, you are underground, right? There is ground above you. It's just very, very tall ground, that's all. It doesn't matter too much. We can just make our way. Right, let's go for a little bit of a swim. Isn't it just cozy down here? So cool seeing these little lava patches or rust patches below the surface. Let's make our way out. I don't want to dawdle for too long, just a little curious pit stop, shall we call it. Let's see now. What else could we find out here? That is another beautiful sight. Look at that. It's so nice to see how the moon just works around the edge. The little god rays coming through. Gosh, I remember it was so long ago. I was so young. Back when World of Warcraft first got graphics like that. I remember being just awestruck, as a kid. My mind was blown away. I couldn't believe it that I could see like these shafts of light just pop right through between, like, the sails on a ship or something if I positioned myself right and angled the camera just right. Absolutely blew me away. It is crazy to think how many of these graphical leaps I just take for granted these days, you know? Well, I say that even though in this whole series I've just been, appreciating every little thing that I come across. But you know what I mean. I'm sure there's more than 100 things that I passed by that was so painstakingly crafted and took so many innovations, and I wouldn't even notice them. That in and of itself feels like a real tragedy, a real loss. I am tempted to go underground, but I am resisting. I am withholding myself. Let's see. Let me see from up here. Maybe I should make these videos just a little shorter. I think we're already crossing that 1 hour mark. And I imagine if someone were to use this to try and sleep, they'd probably be asleep already. Well, maybe I'm being awfully presumptuous. I can't quite say for certain. That's another beautiful shot. I've never been one to be into photography or really even have an eye for it. But I can't deny that it's so easy to stumble onto beautiful sights in this game. Let's see. Oh, I don't remember if we took our boat. It's been a while, hasn't it, since we first landed out here. Well, I guess maybe next time I'll always keep the boat handy, making it a specific point to ensure that we have it. It doesn't seem necessary right now, but it is definitely a good habit to foster, I'm sure. All the same, sort of wondering if I should just finish off the video here and go pick up a different time. If you did make it this far and are somehow awake, try to give me a little like and a subscribe, but all the same, I just hope you enjoy the content and that it helps, in some way, in some small, small way. Anyway, you take care now. I'll see you next time. Good night.